That time of the week again, isn't it? Yeah. For those of you who watched last weekend's update that came towards the end of last week, actually, I apologize. Things are going to be rough for the next couple months, but I'll manage. I've been through tougher. Let's just say certain companies are giving me a little bit of trouble, and I'm working on resolving that. But enough about personal troubles. I know I said I was done with reviews for a while, and I ended up getting a surprise review. I'm going to review it next week, though, because I want to finish it first. I want to finish the game. But I do want to touch on something. It's Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and I liked Black Ops, the original one. It was an interesting direction to take the game in. And when I heard Black Ops 2 was going to be in the future, I immediately thought it was going to be absolutely terrible. I was like, oh great, you made Terminator into a game. Not true. Again, I ended up eating my words, and I'm kind of happy about that. But I'm not reviewing it yet. What I want to talk about is Tony fucking Todd. Oh my god. This guy cracks me up, okay? And sometimes it's in a bad way, sometimes it's in a good way. I respect the guy. He's a damn good actor when he wants to be. That's the key thing. When he wants to be. For those of you who don't know who Tony Todd is, watch the movie Candyman. He's the villain in it. Well, I guess you can call him the villain, but he's the killer. He was in, oh god, Adam Green's movie, Hatchet, as a voodoo priest. You can identify him because he's this tall black man, bald head, and he always sounds like this. It's absolutely hilarious. If it weren't so scary, you know. But, you know, he can act. He can really act. He was damn good in Candyman. But somewhere in his career, he got typecast as the horror villain. It's prevalent in the movie Are You Scared 2? I can't keep a straight face when talking about this. The premise of Are You Scared is these people are kidnapped and it's a Saw clone. Are You Scared 2, the people who are kidnapped, instead of being set in traps, are running from redneck killers on a game show directed by Tony Todd's character, who's slightly deranged. By slightly deranged, I mean he likes to pull out turtles and talk to them. I am not making that up. He seriously grabs a turtle at one point in the movie. He was completely stationary. I am going to use the Hulk for this. He goes, "Walk to me, turtle. Walk to me. Walk, 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 walk. Walk. Walk." I don't know if you could see Hulk, but I'm not taking that scene out of context. That is well, not context. I'm not joking. That is literally how he acts in the movie. And it's fucking... It's awful if it weren't so damn hilarious. His character in this, though, in Black Ops 2. I hope to God YouTube doesn't get me in trouble, but Tourette's guy can get away with this. If you're offended by strong language, one, what the hell are you doing watching my videos in the first place? And two, no, don't go to sleep. Turn this off now, because you're not gonna like it. Every other word out of his mouth is cocksucker. Now, I have a feeling that he ad-libbed this, mainly due to the sheer fact that it comes at the most inopportune times. he'll be talking about the bad guys. What we need to do is we need to kill all these cocksuckers. And I'm just laughing my ass off. I mean, the motion capture they did was obviously Tony Todd. It's his face, too, with this porn stash. So you have this black guy with a white man mustache. I was honestly thinking Michael Rooker, who's notorious for playing the prick, was going to be, you know, Captain Badass in this movie. No, Tony Todd takes the damn cake. At one point, you're taking the bad guy onto the USS Obama, the battleship, and Tony Todd looks at him. The guy says something. Tony Todd goes, "Get this cocksucker off my bridge!" And I couldn't hold it in. I had to start laughing because he feels so out of place that it's awesome. He doesn't belong in the game, but the game would not be the same without him. Oh my god. I just wish there was a level where you could play as him. He'd just be running around, "You cocksuckers!" But, yeah. It's good to know he's still getting acting roles. I just hope to God that this game makes sure that he can play something else other than the serial killer in a horror movie. Oh, man. But anyway, obviously Thanksgiving's coming up. I may do my weekend update next week early. I'm not sure, but interesting thing. I went to a store today, and cat's outside. I don't let her in the studio, but I tried the Wii U. And I was thinking, you know, once I get the money, this would be an interesting early Christmas, or late Christmas present. Check online for prices, $400. I know systems are getting a little bit more expensive. I mean, hell, the PS3 when it came out was $400, but look at what the PS3 offered. It was a Blu-ray player, too. Internet connectivity that, at the time, internet was free. I know it's still free for most people. Multiplayer is free, but then they put PlayStation Plus, which I thought was the dumbest idea Sony ever had since, you know, the PSP. And then saying a few months later, by the way, we're making another portable. Well, a year later, something like that. I'm not paying $400 for a gimmick. The game they had on the display was Rayman Legends. And the big gimmick with the touchscreen is there's a character named Murphy that if you touch the screen, he'll pop out and you can control him so he can do certain things. Yeah, the game could be done without it. It's really nothing that major. Honestly, I think it was just there for bonus parts. Hell, you could implement that somewhere in the PS3 without the touchscreen or the 360. You can do it. And that's what I was afraid of, that the touchscreen would just become this big gimmick for it. And I hate to say it, but it is. From what I've seen, I mean, I was looking at Zombie U. Oh, you could use it to aim. But you could also use the standard controller to aim. Why would you use the touchscreen? Oh, what? Because you could turn yourself into a zombie or have a zombie buddy. Why? They're doing the same thing that the Dreamcast did, but bigger. And the only thing is, when the Dreamcast did it, they admitted it had, or most of the time, had nothing to do with the regular game. And this just feels like it's forced in there. No, don't go to sleep. Like, Vita's touchscreen on the back. I could play Uncharted without it. I don't know why it's there. The only game that I thought it was neat for was, what was it? Beautiful Katamari or something like that? Not Beautiful Katamari. Me and my Katamari. The PS Vita Katamari. where you could actually flatten or stretch and stretch the Katamari. That was interesting. Still a gimmick. It's like, hey, buy the system because this control is new. What about the game? Why isn't the game new? Why is it that you put these gimmicks on the system so developers can work around this half-assed gimmick that, in the end... Let's put it this way. Motion control on the Wii has become a joke. Because now the 360 has Kinect, and the PlayStation has the Move. Personally, I like the Move, but I only use it for shooting games. I only use it for, like, House of the Dead, Umbrella Chronicles. That's it. The Wii, the only time I liked using the motion control was Mad World. I fucking loved that game. The Wii U, the screen, I won't use it. Other than, like, say, Rayman Legends. And that's because in Rayman, you want to get all the secret areas and everything. Other than that, and even then it felt kind of half-assed. Because it tells you what to do on the screen. Like at one point I had to turn a wheel. But you're distracted by the screen as you're playing it on the TV. So it makes it kind of backwards. Now, I know the playable character stops so he can wait for everything to work out, but at the same time, towards the end of that same level, I had to defeat monsters that were launching at me constantly, and I had to concentrate on both screens. That's a pain to do. Like if you're not experienced at it. I had people watching me going, oh, so that's the Wii U. I'm walking away disinterested. Yet I couldn't find a single damn system in the store. I wasn't going to pick it up, I just want to check the prices. And I'm not going to pay $400 for something I could just wait till it drops in price and wait till, something better for it comes out, or new games that actually implement it, or until they realize, well, yeah, this isn't working the way we thought it would. Again, look at the motion controllers for the Wii. How many games do you know on the Wii that use the motion controllers in different ways? You either have shooter, sports, or point on the screen. Or driving. What about something new? The PS Move did that with the pull and push, but you don't see a lot of that anymore. You don't see a lot of Move games anymore. Even then, it's... Hell, a fight! Oh god, the PS Move on the fight. You used it for fighting. Still like Wii Sports Boxing, from what I've seen. I still want to get that game. Then you have the Kinect, where they have dance games. But at least that's tracking the full body. I don't know, it just feels like it's a stagnant field. What would be awesome is if you could do something freelanced on it. Or not freelance. Freestyle. Or do something where it depends on how you act. If you have a shooting game for like the Kinect, if you create your own plan, follow through with it, the enemy can catch on or be shocked by it. And something like that. Implement it into a hardcore gamer field. I don't see that happening with most motion controllers, and I don't see that happening with the touchscreen. I see the touchscreen in a few years becoming the same joke that the motion controllers are. I know that sounds scrambled, but basically what I'm saying is it's a gimmick, and it's kind of disappointing, to be quite honest, because all these games can be done without it. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. Because, I'm one of those people, like I said, the only reason I use motion controllers is for light gun games. Other than that, in the occasional workout game, I do not see a use for that. And the Wii U, same thing. I have a review coming up in December. Luckily, I'm getting the game for free. That will be early December, but I'm shooting to have it done before Christmas. The game comes out early December, but as long as its predecessors were, I don't know when I'm going to have it done. I do know I have 2 weeks of class in December, so I should be golden after December 10th. And I should get a lot more updates done. Until then, I got some work. I'm painting a concept sketch from one of my concepts. Explain that on a later update. Show you guys how that's going. And I gotta work on getting the Doom 3 X button review done. And probably feed the rats too. Yes, I love you too, Zeus. He yawned at me again. Until then, I will see you guys later. You have a good weekend.